Hello, yes, Team Cyprian and Team Mokua. Is it Mokua or C?
Yeah, and it's one of the Mokua. The Mokua the Informer.
Yes.
Mokua the Informer.
So, welcome to our channel, and of course, I'm with Mokua here, the Morara Junior. So, guys, tumekuwa tukiona Morara aki-expose sana hizi project ambazo ziko installed, zingine ziko ndani, ziko hapo tu, na pesa zimeweza kukuliwa sana. Now Mokua amecome out akisema kwamba liwe liwalo lazima I expose those people who have been stealing wananchi money. And now watu wengi sana wanajiuliza maswali mingi. Ni akina nani tunafaa kuleta hapa watujibu haya maswali? Ni contractors, ni government, ni MCA, ni MP, ni mtu mgani? Wakenya wamechanganyikiwa hapo katikati. Nani atatuelezea haya majibu yote? Na kwa uhakika tunapoangalia pesa zimekuliwa. Sasa wewe kama Morara Junior, Morara Senior asha expose. Wewe kama Morara Junior, ningependa angalau tuweze kuelezea watazamaji wetu waweze kuelewa. Are we going to look for these contractors who are kuja on board watuambie what exactly happened?
We cannot exclude anybody who was involved in any project. We cannot exclude them. First of all, we have to say that, of course, Morara was right. The fish starts rotting from the head. So we know the problem is with William Ruto. That's the first thing. The second thing now we need to know here, it is that those who come as contractors are people from the government. People from the leaders in government right now. Mtu akipewa kazi, there's nobody who can apply a job right now as a contractor and get it. Because when the project is always being designed, that MP, that senator, that governor, that president has already seen that I'm going to benefit in this kind of a manner. So when they're bringing out a contract, already everything is already orchestrated. Already the prices have been hiked. The cost of that project has been already increased so that they can get a kickback. I get in this. So therefore, when Morara is going to expose, let him expose all of them because they are capable, they are culpable. They were all involved in stealing public funds money. The engineers who are always taking charge of these projects that we have in this country, they have all stolen our money. They increased the prices. After increasing the prices, they also increase money based on the demands of these politicians. So eventually, when they are going to pay, you find that a lot of money is taken from the Kenyan taxpayers' money. Okay. Now you find Kenyans are suffering to pay a loan that a huge percentage did not help them. It went to people's pockets. With the Morara as a president, we are passing we want a certain culture where service for the people is the first thing in mind. We don't have this scenario where leaders are just getting into power to get money from the Kenyans. And I'm telling you, and I said this before even yesterday, I say that whenever a politician puts up a mansion, a huge one, just know a Kenyan somewhere is sleeping hungry, is dying in a hospital, or is sent home because of school fees. It's very clear. Because the salaries they have, the kind of lifestyle they live, they're not commensurate. You realize that they live huge, they operate huge, yet Kenyans are crying. Why is it that only politicians are the ones who can afford fee abroad in very expensive schools? Why is it that politicians are the only who can afford to build houses, 4 or 5 of them at the same time? While Kenyans, the rest of the Kenyans is crying. Why is it that we're having policies that are passed in National Assembly are only accepted by politicians? It's because they know they are going to benefit from them. I get in this. Okay. So therefore, we want also the Kenyans who are going to take up roles as contractors, as engineers, as lawyers. They don't exploit Kenyans. Let us have people who are, first of all, sincerely fear God. Leave alone these people who are telling us, oh, sisi ni wa Mungu. Yet they treat God like a dog. They think that when they need something, they can ask God to give them. When they are satisfied, they can back against God. It shouldn't be that way. Like unaweza mpiga kama umbwa, itoroka ukionyesha chakula inakuja. God is not a dog. We want leaders who know that God is a supreme being, whom whenever you ask something, it comes from your heart and it is implemented based on the scriptures of the Bible. Let me give you a simple example here that I've given before. You find an MP, okay, goes to a school, tells you, can we put for your building? Or maybe if your school has a proposal, we want a lab, for instance. The school then says, yes, you want a lab. How much does it cost? They do the mathematics there. They realize the cost, for instance, it is 20 million. So the MP brings the contractor himself. He brings the materials, okay? So when the construction takes place, the principal is not even involved in anything. First, that's one of the scenarios. So the contractor who comes on board, he has agreed with the MP the amount of money that's going to cost. Instead of 20, it is not even 30 million. So that is injected to the project, but 10 million goes to what? To the MP himself. Remember, the contractor will take something from there. So you realize eventually the project is even double the cost it was supposed to cost. So eventually you realize that a lot of money has been stolen. Imagine CDF money being stolen, even if it's 1 million shillings. How many students can 1 million shillings pay for school fees? So many of them. But because we have greedy people, they decide to allow Kenyans to cry and die while they are building houses and enjoying themselves. Right now, after the MPs, it's the principals in this country who are ruling. Principals are building houses right, left, and center.
You mean high school teachers?
High school principals. Teachers are crying and demonstrating here. Principals as we speak.
Prince.
Na hiyo iko sawa.
Prince. Hebu nitakunyorosha. Hebu uweke hiyo sauti kidogo. Nonsense.
Atakata tu.
Mtu nimejaribu hiyo kelele na
lakini
kama inaweza tu affect.
Mimi nilitoa mwende yangu huko. Mimi sina mwende yangu.
Wacha nikupate kwanza leo nikishuti ukiweka hizo masauti zako. Nitakukonga. Sasa utaendelea hapo principals. Wacha nitakuuliza, you mean high school principals, ndio tuende kuikata hapo, si ndio?
Yeah.
So ikifika 8 ndio
Sasa ikienda hata ikifika 12 iko sawa. You mean high school principals?
Yes, high school principals. These people work with MPs. They have a project and wana agree na MPs. So the MP tells them now, you supply the materials, okay? But let's increase the cost of the project. Some of the principals, they look for contractors themselves, but they know out of this money that they have allocated this project, a certain percentage is going to the MP. A certain percentage they are taking. Right now in Kenya, you find a principal, if a construction is going on in school, they're also building something somewhere. So gari inachukua mchanga, gari mbili shuleni. Gari moja inaenda kwa principal's project. Right now, principals are owning hardwares. So you find parents, and I feel like crying. You find parents from a very humble background in the villages. They are told by principal, kuna pesa ya ujenzi kila term, even every year, 1,000 shillings, 2,000 shillings, 5,000 shillings. Parents of 1,000 students in a school contribute that money, okay? Someone does not have money completely, school fees memshinda, but the principal does not care, anaongeza pesa ya nini? Ya ujenzi. Hiyo kitu anajenga sio necessary. Wanafunzi wako na desk, so kuna kila kitu, serikali inawapa pesa, but they still go and ask the parents for money. 5,000 shillings, 2,000, 3,000. They collude with the county directors of education because you can't increase without informing the county director. So you realize that the principal raises money funnily. They keep on pushing those projects because when they ask for money for construction, okay, you realize that they're also building something. They're going to benefit from that money. If he's not building something, he's supplying materials from his hardware. Hardware yake ndio ina supply chuma, ina supply smith. So he looks for market for himself. Akijenga, anahakikisha kwamba yeye ndiye ana supply materials. So you find a parent is training at home, principal tumbe inakuwa kubwa, magari amenunua. Principals right now are owning buildings all over in Kisii, all over in Nyanza. Those people are earning a lot of money. They only drive small cars coming to school. But if you go and follow what these people are doing outside there, they live better than even MPs.
So I think next we are going to audit all principals.
There's a principal who has stayed in a school for more than 10 years. While the principal should not even take 5 years in a school.
What do you think? Why?
It's because they collude with the Ministry of Education. So you find they collude the Ministry of Education because right now in Kenya, if you cannot hunger in the Ministry of Education, you cannot be promoted. For you to be transferred, you na hunger and unakuwa transferred to a certain school. So they can reach them and tell them, excuse me, don't move me from here. Wanamchotea kitu. So barua ikuji, you're not transferred. Where reshuffling is occurring in the rest of the schools, wewe unabaki. Mwana principal anakaa hapo miaka 10 plus. in a school, simply because he's benefiting from there. And shamelessly, he puts up buildings within that locality because people don't ask. As soon as Morara is going to do that school issue, as soon as Morara is going to do the launching of the politicians, I am going to start for principals.
For principals?
Yes.
You have declared
war. I've declared war on principals. Any principal who is building houses, they are going to explain where they got this money. Yes.
So you know some?
I know some.
So you are talking out of experience,
out
so you have
what
evidence.
We are seeing. You are going to do everything possible. We get the information that we need. These people are stealing from the public, from the people. You find mzazi hana school fees. Lakini tena unamuongeza pesa ya ujenzi. Yet ujenzi si necessary at that time. It's a day school. Wanafunzi wako sawa, wako na desk. Unasikia no, we need a lab of this kind, a computer lab. Yet computer students ni less. Ni wachache sana. I get in this. So you realize that this principal simply wants to have a project yenye ata supply materials apate pesa. Ama afate project vile ataiba pia apeleke mahali kwingine. Some principals even move around with the basas. They have their own basa. Naona vile unaweza kuwa na pia yako na basa. Akipigwa transfer kutoka hapo anaenda na huyo basa. Ndio wanaenda kuiba na yeye because sasa books zitakuwa balanced. I get in this.
Wow.
So they are stealing money right, left and center.
So this is what Morara meant when he said, I want more Morara. Our people have been saying, we want more Morara in this country. I think now this is a new trend also. We have to audit all principals. Whether secondary or primary, all principals, we have to audit them.
If you reach these teachers who are demonstrating right now in the streets, they'll tell you, principals are living large. These guys are never in schools. Okay? They are driving nice cars. You find a principal mtoto wake anaanguka mtihani wa form 4. University akona watoto 5 6 analipia parallel wote na comfortable. Na anajenga na akona gari bado anaendesha. I get in this. And then someone comes telling us here nonsense. I'm telling you, Morara is just exposing a small percentage, a negligible one of the rotten country we have right now.
Now, I just want to read a certain post here so that we can understand more. And there was someone saying, like Morara is conning people. I don't know. Can you say something about it?
When someone speaks of Morara conning people, let me say that person is completely, is foolish. Let me say that. And I said before, Morara is not an angel from heaven. It's a man born on earth, just like any other, who simply believes that there should be a change in this country. Instead of having people to support him, at least we can have a change. People are fighting him and beating him. I want to tell Morara wherever he is, atuachia watu to deal na wao. Asienda kujibizana social media kuweka pepa zake mahali alikuwa shule. We don't care whether he went to school. We don't care whether he's qualified as a lawyer or not. We don't care whether he's married or anything. We only want to see him doing the cause that we have entrusted him, changing this country. Acha tumpe support anahitaji. When you realize someone is beating Morara with words, who is a con man, who has not done this, who is being sent by this person, what is the alternative does he have? William Ruto or Gachagua or Raila Amolo Odinga? What alternative is he bringing on the table? What is he doing at home? Let him come out, him who is not dirty, okay?
And do his part.
And do his part. Let him move around the country and they say
Morara is in Nairobi, maybe he's doing something.
Let him tell us Morara is exposing false things. Now, the right things are these ones.
Sure.
Instead of criticizing. And most probably, this person is a man. A man, right now, some of the people are suffering in this country. Okay? A man. You know, it's easier to get a job as a woman in this Kenya than being a man. Because men have been taken to be criminals. But now, it is us men who are taking ourselves to be what? Criminals. I get this. You find someone of that kind is now branding Morara to be a criminal. It's not easy even to get a lady who is abusing Morara. Rarely can you find that. Ladies have already seen the vision Morara has. But you find a man going there with his phone, instead of at least taking a picture of some garbage that is dumped somewhere, calling out the MCA or whichever person to come and remove it there, is taking that energy and the resources to abuse Morara. What has he done in this Kenya? Him who is abusing Morara. Okay? He can't speak anywhere. If you call that person, today I was on Twitter, X, we were listening to people there. Someone suggested Morara should be our leader as a youth in this country. Of course, Morara, we don't need someone to suggest. He's our leader. Leader hata achaguliwa, ameletwa na Mungu. Pap, ndio huyu tulikuwa tunatafuta. Okay? But someone is saying that no, Morara yet bado hajakuwa. Tunamuuliza yeye anafanya nini? Anataka nani akue? I get this. Anataka nani akuje kuwe kiongozi wetu kama vijana. Morara has proven to us we are going to support him. Those who are fighting him, hizo ni kelele za chura. Acha aseme cha anataka. We will support Morara even if right now Morara says he's not going to vie for presidency. We'll vote for you. Kura ziungwe.
Mbaya. So guys, hiyo ni maoni ya Morara Junior. Thank you guys for watching. See you in our next video. Prince